Welcome everybody to the channel. The purpose of the channel is mainly for update to friends, family, and co-workers, but my wife and I are going to be building an earth sheltered, a green roof home. It should be highly energy efficient. It's going to be our retirement home, fully ADA compliant, universal design compliant. We're not doing this to try to get up a big following or anything. If it happens, it happens, but we're not planning on that, not planning on making money from it. We're just here to keep people updated with the journey and where we go along. So thanks for watching. If you like it, subscribe. This is the first of the video collages. We planned on putting a swing up at the top of the hill. You can see the one that we purchased to place there. Now you see a view of what it is to be out, look from the swing and see what's down there overlooking the pond. Second collage is the new addition to the family, Daisy Ray, little bitty pot-bellied pig that we got. Now you can see her kind of playing around a little bit as we had first gotten her into the house and stuff. We've moved her around and where she's staying in the house, but this was where we first put her to kind of get her in. She's really beginning to get used to us, and it's been enjoyable to have her here. I'll probably have to overwrite this because you're probably hearing the gust of wind, probably can't hear me at all. Wanted to show you one of the things I've been working on a little bit. So this is my garden at my current home. You can see here I've got basically some pots in the corners. I've got them in all four corners of the fence. They're going to have basil in them, and then as we come here, we're going to start going down this row of stuff. But here in this first bed, we've got some spinach there on the right up close to the camera. We've got some lettuce blend, and then down below it, we've got some arugula. We've got some Swiss chard, and then I've got some radishes and some beets that it doesn't look like many of the beets have really come up. You can probably also see, and I'm going to start walking down here, but you can see in here too, last year I had potatoes in this area. So you can see one little potato coming up right there, and then you can see some coming up there. Those are probably little red potatoes. And then here in this next bed, you can see I've got sweet onions. You can probably see the carrots starting to come up there. I've got more beets here. What I'm not seeing that I'd originally planted in here amongst the beets is some broccoli. But it's starting to get warm enough, I don't think that it's going to do much good. And then this one's, I'm just keeping weeded. It's being reserved for sweet potatoes and some others, probably one other thing. And then the last one in this row, you can see a cucumber plant coming up right there. You can see the corn that's started up in here too. You can see another little cucumber plant right down in there. And then I've planted some peppers down this side here, and then I planted some dill down this other side over here. When I come down the other row, you can see that I've got some zucchini plants coming up. There's actually a couple of them that are coming up, maybe a third one starting to come up, that are in that half of the bed, and then in this half you can see these that are the squash plants. And then here I've got my russet potatoes and a bunch of sweet onions. And then as you get down here towards the end, I begin the smaller ones at the end, I believe, are going to be Yukon Gold. And then I continue the Yukon Gold potatoes into this one and have some of my first sweet onions there. And then the very last one of my garden beds that I have here is, this is going to be where my tomatoes are. So at the two ends, I've actually planted another basil plant at each end because they're supposed to help the flavor of the tomatoes. At the top end up here, I planted some cherry tomatoes, and then the rest of this bed coming back down is going to be San Marzano potatoes. So I've also been trying to get this going. I've had to overseed sort of a little bit. One of the other things you can see in this bed is right there. Looks like a little piece of a sweet potato plant from previous years that's starting to come up there. So this is my garden at my current home. And I'm going to mix this in with some other things, and you'll see a few things that we've been doing and taking care of. Thanks everybody for joining for this episode. I know that the videos sometimes will be kind of sporadic as we make various progress and have fits and starts as we go through this journey of building our retirement home. Again, if you want to get notified, go on and hit subscribe. But again, we just appreciate you jumping on here and the interest that we have in the journey we're taking on building our retirement home. Thanks again.